All right, joining me now is the Republican from the state of Georgia, Rich McCormick, member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee and House Armed Services Committee as well. Congressman, thanks for being with us tonight here on the Hill. Let's get back, obviously, to the main topic at hand here. Zelensky, Putin, and a possible meeting. What is your sense, and thank you for joining us tonight, sir, what is your sense of that actually happening, along with a three-way meeting involving President Trump?
Oh, right now it looks like it's going to happen. The question is, leading up to this, what is Putin going to do? Every time they talked about negotiations previously, he would launch a major attack. So it didn't really go too well. I don't think he's a very genuine person. Maybe he's feeling the heat from China and India and other people who are going to be players in purchasing their energy, which has been sustaining this war, including people from Europe. So I think maybe he's realizing he has to come to the table right now. He's not negotiated in good faith up to this point. As a matter of fact, his quote-unquote compromise started off with, give me more than I already have, and then maybe I'll stop attacking you. That's not very good negotiation. But I'm sure he's saying that so that when he gets a quote-unquote compromise, he actually gets more than otherwise he would have gotten with something else.
You describe him as not genuine, and I think most, especially in the West, would agree. Here, though, there was an interesting hot mic moment that was caught on camera yesterday when the president was meeting with the European leaders. I want to play it and then get your reaction.
To set up a trilateral, you know. So.
And where do you want to?
I think he wants to. I think he wants to make a deal for me. You understand? As crazy as it sounds. Yeah, sit down. Sit down, everybody.
President Trump, about Putin, I think he wants to make a deal for me. Do you think the president's right there, or do you think he's misreading the ex-KGB agent?
I think he wants to make a deal. The deal that he offered, once again, is, hey, yeah, make a deal and give me more than I already have. That's not a deal. That's not a compromise. That's not even negotiation. I would love to see what we're going to do. I mean, Europe wants to, when you talk about NATO forces and Zelensky, they're talking about having some sort of guarantee that America's going to come to their aid if they invade further. The problem is they already had that guarantee in the Budapest Accord in 1994 when they gave up their nuclear arms. And we did help, but we didn't really come in the way that they anticipated. So I'm going to be really curious to see what they come to. I think it's not over, I think, by a long shot. I think there's going to be a lot more negotiations. Hopefully there is some sort of cease and desist in the violence up until that point. But they're a long ways apart still, and I think Secretary Rubio kind of alluded to that.
A long ways apart. So are you bearish on the possibility of a deal?
I think they'll get a deal, but the question is when and how much more negotiations out there. Because, like you said, Putin said very clearly he wants more than he already has. Zelensky's going to want, of course, have him give up territory. Is the compromise basically where they're at right now? I don't know. I'm not sure if Europe's comfortable with that. Hopefully we'll get it done soon, but, you know, these negotiations are not easy things, especially when you talk about somebody's homeland. If we were negotiating the giving up of some of the United States land, imagine what that would be like for us. I mean, they're just as patriotic as we are, and this won't be easy.
So on the idea, Congressman, I'll leave you with this, on security guarantees. The president seemed to open the door a lot wider yesterday than he did today, where it seemed to be slammed shut as it relates to American boots on the ground. I want to play this real quick, and then I'll get your reaction.
Your team has talked about security guarantees. Could that involve U.S. troops? Would you rule that out in the future?
We'll let you know that maybe later today. We're meeting with 7 great leaders of great countries also, and we'll be talking about that.
Well, you have my assurance, and I'm president, and I'm just trying to stop people from being killed.
So you can see the change there from yesterday afternoon to today. What do you think security guarantees look like from the U.S. perspective?
Well, it's interesting because Putin says absolutely no NATO forces in Ukraine. He sees that as a step towards NATO membership. He doesn't want to see that. He's like more along the lines of not wanting boots on the ground either from America, maybe just air power. The problem with air power is meaning where's it going to be based and when is it going to be activated? And I'm a huge fan of Top Gun. I mean, it's why I joined the military. But but we haven't had a direct air conflict with Russia, nor do I ever anticipate one. So I'm not sure how much of a deterrent that's going to be. So there's still a lot to think about when we talk about military intervention or at least deterrence. This is, once again, a very complex question.
Yeah, still a lot unanswered there. Member of the House Armed Services, member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee as well, Congressman Rich McCormick, live with us tonight from the state of Georgia. Thank you, sir.
Semper Fi. Thanks.